I've just been and put a couple of new tyres on the van, and they were getting quite worn down, and to be fair, it's a shame they couldn't have lasted to the end of the month, but I don't know whether we're keeping this van or whether it's getting moved on, but either way, once new tyres put on it, keep it legal. So that's that job done. I'm back in the yard now. I've got a DX10 to weld the hydraulic thumb to, and at lunchtime I'm going to nip out to Cockermouth, and there's a 225, there's a cable that runs down to the windscreen, and I think that's snapped. So the cable, it's spring loaded, so it helps lift the front windscreen up out the way, so go and get that changed. But should be a nice little day today, hopefully, as long as this phone doesn't ring too much. Right, we've kind of hit a pothole before we've started. This is no criticism of the manufacturer of the thumb, but when they're designing the thumbs for these machines, they can't really take into account what the customer's going to have hitch-wise, whether it's no hitch at all. Quite often these micro diggers don't have hitches on them, or whether it's a White's hitch, a Geith hitch or a Keen hitch. The pin centres and how it's made will all differ. So the issue that I've got is it's getting sort of tangled up down here and in here, and also this bucket has got a lot further to travel as well. This cutting edge of this bucket will probably sit somewhere around here, so unless we make this detachable, which will be a pain in the backside as well for the customer using it, it'll be more hassle than it's worth. It's just gonna be in the way, so we're gonna put this back on the pallet. The machine's to service, so we'll do that, and we'll let the fella have his digger back until we come up with another solution. Right, I'm gonna get out to Cockermouth and do this cab window, and then there's a 14-ton zero tail swing to service on my way back through, so that'll put the rest of the day in really. I'll save that DX10 service until tomorrow morning for two reasons. It's glorious sunshine just now, and tomorrow it might rain, so I've got a job to do indoors. Simples. Right, I'll see you at Cockermouth. Here comes my 225 in full sports mode. Right, I bet it's this machine. So what we need to do is, on that sort of bracket there, you can see the end of it there, can you? There, that should have a wire attached to it. That wire goes up through these pulleys, and there's a spring-loaded recoil up in there. When you lift this big window up and down, the spring recoil just assists with it. It doesn't sort of shoot the window up into the sky, but it helps to lift the window up. So that has snapped. So I get to take all that roof lining out, try and replace it. Not my favourite job. I think the worst bit of the job is if you haven't got clean hands, when you put it all back together, you end up marking that nice clean roof. But I've got some foam cleaner in the van. So this is what it looks like. That bit there sits up in the roof behind the covers, and this is the bit that we've got left on the window, just this piece, so it's snapped around there. So we'll get ripping apart. new one in. I'll show you once I've got this back together, the old one and how it works. But yeah, it's a bit tricky getting in among here and getting those screws lined up, but that's the worst of it now. I've just got to run this cable back underneath this bar here, mount it onto that U-shaped bracket there, and then feed it down. It's got quite a good pull on it, so the skill is trying to get that pulled through without losing it up in the roof lining when you're getting it down onto the window there. But I will get it. Right, the weather's starting to turn now. It's pretty windy and it's getting a bit glowery, a bit dark. So I've got this 14 tonner to service, and there's an oil leak on that 235 over there as well. So I'm gonna get a look at them. 1,000-hour service, hubs, return filter, 2 fuel filters, engine oil filter. So we'll crack on with that. Hub's draining out, I thought I'll just come and have a look at this 235 LCR. So I've actually got one of those. That's the final drive that I'm building in the workshop for one of these models. In fact, it's for this customer. Yeah, so that's what I'm on with rebuilding at the minute. It's not off this machine, this is his new one. The older one's just around the corner there. But yeah, I'm having a look. You'd noticed there's a bit of oil about underneath this plate here, so I've come in and yeah, looking at the valve chest, everything's dry. When you're looking for oil leaks, you're sort of looking for the highest point really. Anyway, came across it in there. If I put my spanner on it and get on it, yeah, it's a bit slack. So I'll take the pipe off, I'll take that fitting out and just check the Doughty seal, make sure it's okay. I have had a look at the seal's fine, it's just because it's loose. So yeah, I'll run it back in. It's just down there on the valve chest right at the bottom. I think that's the pressure line for your quick hitch valve. So yeah, I'll run it back in, make sure it's tight, and I'll just run it and work the hitch, make sure everything's okay. Right, we'll go see how my last hub's doing, and then that is this 14 tonner service finished. What we're like. Aye, that'll do me. I'll put that bung in and fill her up. That's some beast, that thing. Look at that. Big chipper. Awesome bit of kit. Hey, Wednesday morning, I've got this DX10 to service, and then this afternoon I have got a half day's holiday, so we'll get this digger serviced, and then got a couple of bits of admin to do, so we'll get that done. Right, I didn't get a chance earlier on this morning to do an outro to the video. It's Wednesday night. I'm just heading back down the road from the Gordon show, so watch out in Friday's video for a few bits on that. But yeah, if you haven't already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, click the little like button, and don't forget videos are every Monday, Wednesday and Friday. Okay, thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.